Hey everyone, it's Allison Messick. This is for Chapter 4. I'm going to cover Question 4. What are the major influences on national security that came out of the Cold War? First, the Cold War was the first time that Americans felt a constant threat to their national security. Threat of the spread of communism, efforts to contain it. I think the psychological aspect, espionage, and the threat of nuclear war, the Great Red Scare, and even politics at home regarding infringement of individual liberties, McCarthyism, things like that. That wasn't covered by Snow, but just pulling on past information, I think all of those reveal how deeply affected the American psyche was, which then changed or evolved further America's viewpoints and perspective on national security. This was probably partially a total war concept, that there needed to be, even though America didn't go to physical war, it was the Cold War, there was this idea that communism needed to be overthrown, that communist leaders and dictators needed to be overthrown. So the Cold War had a total war concept, even though it wasn't fully realized in the conventional sense. There was also the idea that the military needed to always be standing at alert, always needed to be ready to act, to defend, or even to take an offensive posture. That was most often done through military activity, technology, more than sending warriors forward. The missile crisis, the threat of nuclear war, the defensive missiles, things like that. The Cold War had more to do with a transformation or evolution of American national security from the formative period, mobilization, then demobilization. That went away. America stayed mobilized. I think that the biggest difference between the formative period and the evolution into the Cold War period that Snow addresses is that the threat was constant. And while we didn't perceive America as vulnerable as we do now to terrorist attacks, we felt the nation felt vulnerable to nuclear attack and even ideological warfare, that spread of communism affecting American economics and American standing in the world. So some of the greatest impacts or influences from the Cold War are those that I mentioned, and then of course that would transition into the current period. So thank you guys. Hope you're having a great day.